You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Good morning, happy Monday, happy Moon Day. We have a lovely start to the week with how the transits are shaping up. A really powerful opportunity to step into our healing a little bit further with Mercury forming angles to Chiron and Saturn. And we also have a special guest, Mo, making an appearance this morning. Mo decided to join us. And along with Mercury making these connections, Mars is also forming a flowing angle to Neptune. Sorry about my dog, but that's real life. This is a live stream. So how is everybody doing on this Monday? How was the holiday weekend? I definitely took some time to rest. I hope you did too. And today's transits are really kind of a culmination point of the energy we started talking about last week at the beginning of Sagittarius season. So you might remember if you saw last week's stream on the first day of Sagittarius season, I was talking about this supportive angle between Mars and Venus that's playing out over the next 5 days or so now. When we first talked about it, it was the beginning of this transit. So you can see here, Venus is in Capricorn at 19 degrees, Mars is in Scorpio at 20 degrees. And because these two planets are moving at a similar pace, they are holding on to this sextile with one another over the course of many days. It doesn't really become exact and then pull apart. Mars and Venus are dancing within this supportive angle to each other. So that is going to continue playing out this week. On top of that, we have Saturn and Chiron in that same supportive angle to each other. And these planets are very slow moving planets. So this energy can be felt over the course of several weeks. But specifically today, we have Mercury connecting with both of these planets, Saturn and Chiron. So that's really the big story of the day. Mercury and the Sun just merged yesterday and over the weekend. So you might have felt some clarity when it comes to your thoughts. You might have had some really important conversations or even some breakthroughs or awareness about your own identity, about how you communicate with other people. When Mercury and the Sun merged in Sagittarius, it could have felt like a really powerful weekend for communication. Now we can use what we've learned with the transits that are happening today and with Mercury now pulling away from the Sun and connecting with Saturn and Chiron. So again, this is going to be a very powerful opportunity for healing, for some healing conversations. This is also the second half of what we're calling eclipse season as we build up to the solar eclipse in Sagittarius this Friday evening. We might feel a little chaos, but eclipse season is also a time when things can be pulled out of our lives and thrown into our lives. We can kind of surrender to the divine and allow whatever needs to shift, whatever needs to change to happen. You might already be feeling those things, and that energy will continue through this week. Also, Hanukkah started. So if you are Jewish or you observe Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. It's definitely feeling like the holiday season, spending more time with friends and family, and that could be beneficial when it comes to today's transit. So another exciting thing is I finally got a new deck of oracle cards. Oh, it's a huge deck. A Yogic Path by Sahara Rose. So we'll be pulling from that at the end of this stream. That was the result of my Black Friday, is buying more oracle cards, as well as launching my own online store. By the way, I launched the Spiritual Shop. You can find it over at thespiritualjournalist.com/shop. You can go shop for some fun apparel, astrological apparel, spiritual apparel. I'll be adding more things to the shop over the coming weeks, but that's the easiest way to support these free live streams and get a little something for yourself too. All right, let's jump right into the transits. So early this morning, 6 a.m., Mars formed that flowing angle to Neptune. So here it is. Mars 20 degrees in Scorpio, Neptune at 20 degrees in Pisces. This is called a trine. It's a harmonious angle. Both of these planets are in water signs, so their energies can flow together very easily. That's why we call it a harmonious angle, because it doesn't require a lot of effort for these two planets to work together when they form this angle. Mars is the planet of aggression, our drive, our motivation, while Neptune is the planet of dreams, of spirit, of illusions. So Mars is very much the physical and our bodily reactions, our bodily instincts, those animal instincts, while Neptune rules what can't be seen, what we have to believe in because we can't see it. These two planets have very different energies, but when they harmonize with each other, we can tap into our empathy and our sensitivity more easily while taking action. And while we are moving forward, while we are taking those actions, it'll feel like the universe, God, spirit, whoever has our back. We'll be able to tap into our spirituality a little more easily when making those decisions or taking action. Making art, making music, dancing, doing something with our body that expresses our creativity will come very natural today. And we'll feel more attracted and drawn to people who are spiritually compatible with us. We'll be more inclined to confidently declare our own beliefs around other people, but not in a way that's overbearing or that will result in any sort of conflict. This is a very harmonious, like I said, supportive angle. So it should result in good outcomes. Leaning into your spirituality today, taking action from a place of alignment and from belief should serve you well, and trusting your intuition as well. Neptune definitely enhances our intuition, so taking action from a place of intuition is actually supported today. Usually when we talk about Mars, we're like, don't be too impulsive. But actually those impulses, those instincts today should flow with your intuition. Then by tonight, we start to see the activation between Mercury, Saturn, and Chiron. Again, Saturn and Chiron have been supporting each other over the past week or two and will continue to do so. And this looks like pulling the lessons away from our pain. Saturn is the teacher. It's all about lessons. It's all about karma. It's all about restrictions and boundaries, while Chiron is the wounded healer. So when these two planets are supporting each other, we can think about our trauma, our pain in a more practical way, and extract the lessons and use what we've learned from these situations to push forward towards our long-term goals. So today, that energy is mixed with communication. This looks like healing conversations when Mercury forms this harmonious angle to Chiron. So Mercury is here in Sagittarius, Chiron is in Aries. Again, these are both fire signs, so these planets can work together very easily. Mercury in Sagittarius makes us feel very matter-of-fact with our communication and makes it feel like what we're saying, what we're writing, what we're thinking is just, we have to speak our truth. We can't sugarcoat anything. But when it forms this harmonious angle to Chiron, this can actually be beneficial because we can speak our truth about our healing. We can have honest conversations. We can see higher perspectives. when it comes to writing or speaking about our healing, about our trauma. So this could literally look like conversations that bring a breakthrough in your healing or allow you to see things differently when it comes to the painful experiences you might have been through in your past or in your present. And then later tonight, around 11:30, so almost midnight Pacific time, Mercury forms that supportive angle to Saturn. So this will likely look like conversations or even journaling about your pain earlier in the evening. And then it might kind of dawn on you later tonight that lesson you can extract from it. Or, you might be thinking more about how you can use what you've learned towards your long-term goals, how you can help other people, as Chiron is the wounded healer, allowing us to see our deepest pains and then use that to help other people in their own healing journey. Mercury, being the communicator, really favors writing and speaking, as I keep saying. So, because this supportive angle becomes exact tonight, late tonight, this could be a good evening to do some automatic writing or just write out how you're feeling, write about the conversation you had earlier in the evening, write about the experiences you've been going through recently. Sometimes writing things down and having that structure for expression can help us have those realizations in our own time and in our own space, because Saturn is definitely a slow and steady planet while Mercury is fast and go, go, go. So these two planets, Mercury and Saturn, forming this supportive angle to each other can help us slow down and rationalize any healing, any emotional conversations we might have had earlier in the day. So really, we have positive angles between the major planets today that are connecting with each other, and this is a really amazing opportunity for healing, for moving forward in our healing journey, for having those talks we might have been afraid to have before, haven't had the opportunity to have before, especially with Mercury and Sagittarius. We can, like I said, speak our truth more easily, but these supportive, these harmonious angles allow us to do so in a way that's not going to get us in too much trouble or cause too much conflict with whoever's on the other end of that conversation. All right. So those are the major transits. And if you are a Sagittarius, you will definitely be feeling this a little bit more with Mercury in your sign, making several connections to the planet of lessons, the planet of healing. Also, if you're ruled by Mercury, so if you're a Gemini or a Virgo, you might feel this a little bit more deeply. And then between the Mars-Neptune connection, the trine between those two planets, if you're an Aries, a Scorpio, or a Pisces, you'll likely feel that energy a little bit more. So being able to tap into that spirituality a little more easily. So that's what's going on with our major planets. Let's talk about the moon now. So the moon moved into Libra very early this morning. You can see right at the beginning of Libra today. And the moon in Libra really craves balance. We will feel nurtured by harmonious situations, by being around things that are beautiful or people that make us feel loved. Our relationships will feel especially nurturing with the moon in Libra over the next couple days. And this goes really well with the energy we just talked about between Mars and Neptune and Mercury and Saturn and Chiron. All of these healing energies really bode well with the Libra moon, allowing us to have those conversations with other people in a really balanced and peaceful way. Early this afternoon, 1:30 in the afternoon Pacific time, the moon forms a supportive angle to the sun. So let's just jump ahead a few hours and see what that looks like. The moon in Libra over here at 7 degrees, forming a supportive angle to the sun in Sagittarius. This is a great transit for the moon because the moon rules our internal self while the sun rules our external self. So this looks like our internal emotions supporting our external expression. We can step forward more confidently in whatever we're doing this afternoon as the moon gets support from the sun and vice versa. We'll feel a little more confidence to start our our week, especially because this is a day of expression. We'll feel more confident expressing our creativity, expressing our truth in whatever way that comes. By 3:30 this afternoon, that energy between Mercury, Saturn, and Chiron is amplified because the moon is thrown into the mix. So let me show you what this looks like, because there are 3 different connections happening all at the same time. The moon here in Libra forming a supportive angle to Mercury, so our emotions are going to support our communication. Also opposing Chiron, so our emotions oppose our healing, and then getting this harmonious support or flowing with Saturn, the planet of lessons. So everything we just talked about between Mercury, Chiron, Saturn, these healing conversations, extracting the lesson from our pain, this will look like a culmination point when the moon mashes up with all of these energies, because it allows us to tap into our internal emotions about these things. The moon and Mercury, again, allows us to express our feelings, but the moon opposing Chiron will make it very hard to ignore any unresolved trauma or any unresolved healing that really needs to be addressed. We can think of this as our emotions facing off with that healing. We're coming eye to eye with it. Luckily, this is really the only I won't even say difficult transit, but more difficult angle to navigate. But because we're getting support from Saturn and Chiron at the same time, this shouldn't look like anything negative. As long as we flow with whatever emotions are coming up for us and come at it with healing in mind and taking lessons away in mind, our emotions shouldn't really get the best of us. We can face our pain without getting too emotionally overwhelmed, but really leaning into that mercurial energy today with the moon supporting Mercury, leaning into our expression, writing or talking about our feelings will help accelerate this process and come to a resolution, find that lesson more quickly. So really pay attention to whatever emotions are coming up for you today, especially with this moon opposing Chiron. It could be past pain coming up, and it might not even fully make sense that this past pain, this unresolved trauma is coming up today, but it could be coming up because it wants to be resolved, and support from the wounded healer, support from the planet of lessons, and the moon in this balanced sign really makes for the perfect environment to resolve those issues, to address that pain, to allow yourself to go there without fearing catastrophe, because we have so much other balanced energy in the skies today. So really lean into those emotions that seem difficult, because once you can face them with the moon opposing Chiron, resolution should come very quickly for you. And then the last transit we have to talk about today, by late tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific time, the moon forms this awkward angle to Uranus. The only reason I bring this up is because this looks like a change of pace. We might not feel like we're changing. We might not feel like we're transforming, especially with this angle to Chiron. It could feel like we're stuck in the same cycle. We keep having to face the same issues. But the moon forming this awkward angle to Uranus shows us what adjustments we can make to really fully step into that transformation and fully change. You might have been on the precipice of transforming or feel like you're in the middle of it, especially in the middle of eclipse season when transformation seems like it's all around us. But we have this opportunity tonight with the moon forming this imbalanced angle to Uranus, showing us what needs to be adjusted for us to keep moving forward in that transformation. And this could also just look like a mood change, you know. Although we have this powerful opportunity for healing, it doesn't come without heaviness. Addressing your trauma, addressing your pain, you know, anything involving Saturn usually involves some emotional heaviness. So the Libra moon forming this imbalanced angle to Uranus could just be a change of pace, allowing you to change your mood a little bit, get out of that heavy energy before we head into a new day for Tuesday. And then tomorrow, a lot of this energy actually continues, because we have, let's see, I'll move forward. We have Venus forming a connection with Neptune tomorrow. That's basically the major transit we'll be talking about, but Saturn and Chiron still going to be activating each other. And we have a few, the sun as well is activating Saturn and Chiron tomorrow. So everything I'm talking about today will continue into tomorrow, but I see this more as these healing conversations evolving into tomorrow and allowing us to further in our journey tomorrow, if that makes sense. Because when Venus is connecting with Neptune, it allows us to find more balance. It's not necessarily taking action. It's allowing whatever lessons that we've learned to propel us forward in our spirituality. And, you know, when the sun is activating Chiron and Saturn, we're having these healing conversations because of the connection between Mercury, Chiron, and Saturn today. When the sun connects with Chiron and Saturn tomorrow, it's like all of those talks, all of those healing thoughts we've had, all of those realizations that might have come through on Monday will come to light on Tuesday, will be realized on Tuesday. So like I said, this is going to be a couple-day process, but the beginning of this week really brings a powerful opportunity to step further into your healing. With Mars forming this flowing angle to Neptune, we can take action from a place of spirituality and we can trust our intuition when we're moving forward. Mercury gets support from Saturn and Chiron, allowing us to have these healing conversations, these realizations about our past pain, and we can extract the lessons from those realizations and further our own healing journey. The moon in Libra allows us to do everything from a place of balance and allows us to enjoy being around other people and find harmony in whatever situation we're in. So really take advantage of this energy by checking into what emotions are coming up for you today, paying attention to them, and using anything that comes your way as an opportunity for healing. Speak your truth in a kind way, and you might be surprised by the outcome of those conversations. They could be really, really powerful today. So this is an awesome day to forecast for you because we have so much good energy, so much opportunity in the skies. And we also have the moon. It's a waning crescent moon. We just came away from the last quarter moon over the weekend. The last quarter moon in Virgo allowed us to let go a little bit, but at the same time, Virgo loves productivity. So you might have felt like you got your life a little bit in order towards the end of the weekend, or just found some time to release expectations, relax a little bit, and hopefully start the week off in a fresh energy with this Libra moon. But as the moon continues to push toward a new moon, which is that solar eclipse we're talking about on Friday, this is really the time. I'm looking up at my moon chart over here. This is really the time to surrender and allow. So all these healing conversations we've been talking about, allow the emotions to come up with this waning moon. Allow whatever comes your way to sort of wash over you. You can almost think of this energy like, with all of the healing we've been talking about, allow your emotions to sort of wash through you. And you can think of it like washing away what no longer serves you, but really paying attention to what stayed behind. Really taking away those lessons that are sticking, if that makes sense. You know, kind of like when water rushes over something, and I'd almost think of like a gold panning or something. Like you only want the gold left in the pan after the water washes over all the sediments. So pay attention to what little gold nuggets stay behind, whether positive or negative. They are here to show you what still needs to be healed. And in the same breath, they're here to show you where your power lies, because ultimately, once we heal our own wounds, that becomes our greatest power to help other people and, heal the world. All right, we got really esoteric there, but I hope that visualization was helpful for you. And now let's go ahead and pull a card, because as you see, my little helper moved from the couch and now is scratching at the door to get out. So that's my sign to get the show on the road. I have to say, I'm opening this deck for the first time, a yogic path. I just took the sleeve off. And again, this box is huge. I wasn't expecting it to be so big, but also really beautifully designed with the gold inlay. I love it. So the guidebook is also giant. This is becoming like an oracle card review show, but that's okay because if you're like me, you probably love oracle cards too. Oh, I love this. Made these cards bridge you to your highest self. That's what the message is inside. And then we have another box. This is like the Russian dolls of oracle decks. Another box with the actual cards in it. And these are normal sized oracle cards. I was a little worried when I opened the box or when I saw how big the box was that I wouldn't be able to shuffle the cards, but luckily they're not too big. So let's shuffle. Let me know in the chat. Good morning. Good morning, Cassie. The Mo cameo is a game changer. Yeah, we won't talk about the licking that was happening, but you know, this is my real life. This is my real house. That is my real dog. And, you know, he is ruled by Mars. He's in Aries. And with this Mars trine Neptune, he might be a little disillusioned today. He's in his own little world. Good morning, Court. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I am loving the energy on tap for the next couple days. We love Mo. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Mo, you're getting lots of support. Where did he? Oh, he's right here. Oh, come here. He hears us talking about him. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, say hello. Oh, you can see his ears. Hold on. I got to stop shuffling because the conversation is revolving around you. Say hello. Hello to your fans. I don't know if you can hear him sniffing the mic. Hello. Oh, you're tired. You're ready for the stream to be over. Yeah. Oh, hi. Cassie says hi. You love Cassie, I know. And your friend Zella. Oh, yeah? You remember Zella. That's Cassie's dog. For those of you who are like, who the heck is Zella? Okay, Mo, you were just taking over the stream today. People are loving it. Okay, let's pull a card now. He's out of here. Hopefully that gave you the mood boost it gave me because my dogs bring me like my ultimate joy in life. Oh, now he's chasing his tail back there. Do you hear him? Oh, just took Zella on a walk. It's his turn. Yeah, he definitely needs to get out of the house today. I think we might go on a little adventure. I wish you could see this. It's too low. He's literally chasing his tail. He's hyped. It's that live stream energy. Okay, let's pull a card. What do we need to know on this Monday, November 29th? Of course, it's a word I can't pronounce. A yoga word. This would happen. I'm going to do my best. If you are a yogi and you know what this means or you know how to say it, put a little pronouncer in the chat for me. Pratyahara? Pratyahara? We're going with that. Let's find out what it means. Luckily, this comes with a guidebook, so I don't have to interpret this on my own. But it looks like a woman sitting in cross-legged position in a meditative state, maybe doing some kundalini. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, wow. This guidebook is also so beautiful. I was not expecting this. Wow. It has illustrations of all the cards, so it's easy to find the card just based on what it looks like. And then, I mean, just the design of this whole deck. This might be like the most beautiful deck I've ever purchased. Close, yeah. I did not get the pronunciation right, but we're going to go with it. If you are a yoga person, you know the right way to pronounce this. I'm going to do one more attempt at it. Pratyahara. That's what you get. And it says 8 stages of yoga, control the senses. So here's what it means. Recently, you've let go of some distractions in your life and everything has upgraded since. You've realized that holding on to things, foods, stimulants, or people only keeps you anchored to the physical world. Truth lies in letting go of all that is not you. The daily coffee, piece of chocolate, social media addiction, or need to buy, those were once such a part of your identity, but have now diminished. This is the time to go deeper into pratyahara and let go of any attachments, even those that are less obvious. Continue to meditate, which draws you immediately into this state and illuminates what it is you are holding on to. It is only from here that you can listen to the truth within and act accordingly. Ooh, what a great card for today. I didn't talk a lot about meditation in my forecast, but with this angles between Mercury and Neptune, meditation would be a really great activity today to check in with your own healing and pay attention to any downloads that come through. Excuse me. I love when the card reveals something that we haven't thought about yet, but meditation could be a really great activity to take advantage of today's energy. And coming off of the holiday weekend of Black Friday, today is Cyber Monday. You know, the guidebook talks about letting go of those attachments to the material. And Mars forming this trine to Neptune, like I talked about at the beginning, Mars is a very physical energy. Neptune rules everything that can't be seen. So take action from those places of spirituality, from those places of belief, and allow your spirituality to be infused into the physical. Ask yourself before you take advantage of that Cyber Monday deal, what will this item or service that I'm purchasing actually bring into my life? How will this upgrade my energy? How will this enhance my energy rather than just, the thing I wanted on Amazon is on sale today and I'll save $3, so I have to get it. Ask yourself, take that pause, ask what value and what energy the things that you're buying or the coffee you're drinking or the food you're splurging in, ask what it's doing for you and how it's affecting your energy, because I really think that this card is reminding us to do that, as well as go within ourselves and meditate, pay attention to any messages that come through that could help you in those healing conversations or help you make sense of any difficult conversations you had around your own healing, around your own pain, around your own trauma. Sometimes going within, taking that silent moment can really help us make sense of, the conversations or the physical interactions we're having. Yes, Shauna, this deck is stunning, and thank you so much for recommending it to me, because already I love the cards. This is inspiring me to do some yoga because I have been lacking in my yoga practice, and this is reminding me to take care of my body as well and do something that yoga is actually a perfect activity with Mars trine Neptune as well, because it's moving our physical body and it's infused with spirituality. So yoga, meditation, dance, physical movement that's creative, like art, would all be great activities today that can help you get a little bit closer to that loving energy. Look at that, Cassie, looking into finding a yoga class. Perfect. This is your sign to do it. Lance says, good morning. We had a Boston Terrier for many years. They are so smart. They are too smart, Lance. They're too smart. They run our house. They rule our world in a great way and also in a chaotic way, but we love them so much. All right. Any last thoughts? Oh my gosh, Cassie. Haven't been in almost 2 years. Today's your day, girl. This is your sign. And the planets as well really are perfect for you to step into that healing and find the healing that you've been looking for and that has come to you in the past through yoga. I think that this is your sign to find a class or even just have a practice on your own. That makes me so happy. All right. Well, that is it for today's transits. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. Let me know if you liked this new time, streaming at 8:30 a.m. a little bit better, if it works better for you. I'm trying to figure out when everybody's in their morning routine and when's the most beneficial, but also want to get these out early still so people can enjoy them throughout the day or use the information throughout the day. And tomorrow we also have another episode of The Spiritual Journalist that will stream at 10 a.m. And I'm really excited about tomorrow's guest. We're talking all about plants and plant medicine and the earth and the soil and humans' impact on the earth and climate change, but from a very spiritual standpoint. I'm really excited for you to meet Sarah. I know she has an incredible story to share. And yeah, we'll talk more about all this energy that's just getting started today, how it plays out into tomorrow. One last thing I will say is that if you are looking to shop this Cyber Monday and you want to bring a good into your life that you know will enhance your energy, this is me selling you right now, head over to my website, thespiritualjournalist.com/shop. And I just launched my shop. Finding a little something for yourself, finding a gift for a loved one is one of the best ways you can support this live stream, as I'm producing all of this content for free, and the journalist in me really wants to keep everything free. I really believe this information should be accessible and easy to understand. So if you want to support this, head over to my website, buy yourself a little something. I realize that the prices are a little lower than they need to be for me to support myself, so I'm going to keep the prices as they are through today. This is your Cyber Monday deal alert on my website, and prices are going up tomorrow. So just wanted to let you know, as always, oh yes, Be the Light Cap. That has been a popular sell so far, Robert. I have mine on the way in the mail too. So yes, and Shauna, I know you already shopped it. I'm so grateful for everybody who has already shopped my store, shown me so much support just by showing up on these live streams, commenting, sharing. Yay. This is just the right energy for this Monday. Makes me so happy that you're all here with me this morning. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful day full of healing, full of learning opportunities, and I will see you right back here tomorrow morning. But until then, stay curious.